plenty of speculation about who's going to be my replacement in 2013. So I think it's now time to put you out of your misery. Ian, let's have a Doctor Who ending. Bye-bye.
See you all on the BBC next year, and hopefully another Super World Championship.
It was a season like no other. An unfolding story so full of twists and turns, it could have been the product of Hollywood. A script that brought together flesh and metal, emotion and power, the greatest car chase ever. It dealt in fantasy, in impossible happenings, unpredictable at every scene. Old favourites returned to the stage to show they'd lost none of their lustre. Some stars dimmed, reduced to mere extras, as we embraced new heroes with familiar names. We cheered for the underdog as celebration cut short. Like an action movie, it kept you on the edge of your seat. Bravery, excitement, glamour, a life out of reach. Subplots evolved, storylines changed, triumphs and pitfalls, a love story gone sour. Heroes and villains switching in a moment. It had to be scripted. An epic tale requires the perfect backdrop, and this one was altered with every episode. Some of these supporting stars came with stripes, greeted with a warm fanfare. Others became the focus themselves as the tension rose. Still, the old director stood firm. And now to the end, the greatest story ever told has an ending just as captivating. Last year's leading man now shares the spotlight. Two characters both hoping to seal their own trilogy. But this is no tired sequel. This is the soap opera. And now we await the final scene. Lights out. Camera. Action.
Wasn't a bad race, all told, was it?
Yeah. Who said Formula One was boring?
Hello. Welcome to the forum. It was a good race. We could just stand here and carry on watching this. That's it then. The 2012 Formula One season is over, but Sebastian Vettel's charge to be the greatest ever continues. We're going to walk down actually and soak up the celebrations, but I think we should just stop and look at this, because this is a stark example of the different emotions you get over one Grand Prix weekend, isn't it?
Well, this is probably the car that was the cause, or partly the cause, of Vettel's great fight back. Spun him around. David has already alluded to the fact, I don't think I've ever seen a car so brilliantly reversed in my life. It absolutely went straight as a die, and that was probably the key for him staying in the race. Yeah. So, yes, different emotions, obviously the same, and Force India had their chance. There were lots of different potential winners here. OK, well, let's go for a wander. And actually, if we take a look in the back of this truck, David, I'm imagining that this is the front wing belonging to Paul di Resta that ended up in the barrier at the very end of the race, isn't it? Have a look at that, Ian. It's a rare chance to see a part of a Formula One car not ending the race where it would have wanted to, hey?
Yeah, it looks like the tyre of Nico Rosberg as well. That's a shredded tyre, I think. Yeah, you ever wonder what it looks like inside? That's the belt that we talk about. There you can see the actual tyre compound on the surface. So when that gets worn down, what you have below is a Kevlar belt. Yeah.
If I'm going, do you think I could have some of that as sort of memorabilia or something?
Pirelli had let your hands even within half a metre of it. I don't know how we even got a chance to look at that, to be honest. Well done, David.
And there's the Sauber disappearing off as well, and the Lotus of Kimi Raikkonen was back there too. It's just been one of those races. Let's just see if we can grab a quick word with Owen Wilson. Excuse me, Owen. Do you mind if we just dive in a quick word with Owen for the BBC? Your thoughts on Formula One? You're clearly a good luck charm for this sport. That was a great race.
That was an exciting race, yeah, it was unbelievable. We're just discussing it right now.
What did you think of having the race down your way in Austin?
Apparently they were saying that it was a big success, that it was really popular with the drivers, and that they loved Austin and the nightlife and a lot of live music, and it's great for Texas.
Brilliant. And you like the sport? You know much about it?
Well, I'm just getting into it. I'm sort of learning about it, but the more you learn, the more sort of you get into it.
Is this exciting every single week? That's all you need to know.
Really?
Almost. See you later. Take care, guys.
It's actually, that's made me realise, I think I had an Eddie moment, because I got confused and said it's one of the Owen brothers,
Yeah.
but actually it's the Wilson brothers.
What do you mean an Eddie moment?
Well, you always get the names mixed up, don't you?
Well, I tell you what, I couldn't do the grid walk. I
Wait
just
till you're
stood
my age.
like a nervous kid behind him going, "Oh, excuse me." And then, having seen all those smashed up, crashed up cars, here we are outside the garage of Red Bull. We haven't really had a chance to really get into the beauty of that race for Sebastian Vettel. What do you think this tells the world, though, about him as a racing driver? Because that's 2 of the last 3 races where he's had to fight from the back.
Well, I think there were some people questioning whether he keeps his cool when things aren't all going his own way. You know, we had him on the radio asking what's he doing when he weaved and hit and lost his wing when he's behind Daniel Ricciardo. So, you know, people are always, the doubters will always find small areas to sort of poke and ask whether that's a weakness. But I think keeping your cool in that situation, he must have thought as he spun round, that's the championship gone. But he kept his head, he fought back in very, very difficult conditions. You know, this tests all of those drivers to the absolute limit of their talents. And it just confirms we have got such strength and depth across. You mentioned there were 6 world champions on the grid today. There's other guys in the case of Hülkenberg who've just shown how strong they are for the future as well.
Well, do you know what? Sebastian Vettel is with Lee Mackenzie right now, so let's join that interview.